Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Comfort Zone podcast. It's not just me and Owen today. We've got our first ever guest on the podcast, Mr. Ryan O'Shaughnessy. Thank you very much, Ryan, for coming on.
Thanks, lads. Yeah, it's a privilege to be the first guest.
Yeah, do you know what? One of my things when we actually emailed you, by the way, was how just easy it was. Like when we thought when we sent it off, like, might take a couple of days if we hear anything back, but you were just so chill about it, so we really appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't get many emails these days, so like, you know, it's been about 2 months since I got an email. I was like, oh great,
really?
No, when you
Do you know what funny thing actually we should mention? Obviously we're going to talk about like your musical journey and everything, but there was one man who represented Ireland at the Eurovision as well. Do you know Ryan Dolan?
Yeah.
Do you know Ryan Dolan?
Yeah.
He actually, so we won't give away our location where we are, but he actually filmed a music video there out in that car park.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
So a little fun fact for you there.
Very cool.
But no, Ryan, we appreciate you coming on. But first we want to ask, because we actually noticed when you got here, you had your Dublin City Marathon hat on.
Yeah.
How did you find the marathon? Because I also ran it myself.
Did you? Yeah. How'd you do? Did you enjoy it?
I think I enjoyed when I finished it.
Yeah. You know what? Man, it was some buzz.
The atmosphere is as good as they say it is.
My buddy Carl, he's ran Dublin I think 3 times now, and he keeps every year he's like, Ryan, just get a ticket, get a ticket.
Yeah.
It's the support, the atmosphere on the day.
Yeah.
That just got me through the whole thing. I had my bib on, and people were shouting my name, like, go on, Ryan. I was like, oh my God,
it's mad, isn't it?
I've got people here supporting me.
Yeah.
But I didn't know my name was on my bib.
Oh, did you know?
Like, oh, who was that? I didn't know who it was. And then only halfway through the race, I was like, oh, my name's on the bib.
Yeah.
People were shouting my name.
I had that as well, and I had like just random groups of people just shouting, go on, Joshua. And I'm like, that, like, they don't need to do that. Like, that's just so. And there's people there handing out Haribos, and I must have had about 45 packets of those Haribos, you know, the small little packets they hand out. I must have had about 50 of them. I was stuffed by the time I got to the finish line.
I was careful not to take them because I had my gels, so I knew what I was going to do. Every 7k I was going to do another gel.
Right. And so I had about 5 or 6 of them.
I was tempted by the jellies, but I was like, no, don't do it, because like, you have to stick to the plan, you know.
Yeah. See, I had thought about using those gels, but I had read that supposedly they can be bad in your stomach.
Yeah.
So what are these gels?
So you can either get them carb gels or caffeine gels, and
they just give you like a boost, don't they?
You want to be getting in, because you're getting rid of so many carbs as you're running. So after 7k, you're depleting your reserves. So you want to be topping that up. Yeah. And the carbs get into the gels get into the system a little bit quicker. So every 7k you want to just keep that topped up, so you don't start losing energy.
Right. Yeah, they say don't wait until you're burnt out. Like, take them before you
like, is it like a liquid or is it like a gel?
It literally is like a gel, isn't it? You just rip it and peel it, and and they're really tasty.
They're quite sugary and, like, you know. But when you're delirious 30 kilometers in, you're like, let's get this gel into you, and it's going all over the place.
Did you hit a wall at all? Was there any point you hit the wall?
I was super lucky, man. I didn't. No,
really?
But I trained pretty well for it. Like earlier on in the year, like in August, I did Mizzen to Malin, so I cycled the Mizzen to Malin, so I had a good foundation of fitness.
What is that cycle?
So it's the very south of Ireland to the very north of Ireland.
Jesus.
So that was 680 kilometers, I think.
Wow.
Oh no, wait, was it 590 or something? I don't know, but it was about 150 to 180 kilometers a day, over 4 days. So when we finished that, I said, right, I have 10 weeks to the marathon. Yeah. I'm going to start running. So I hadn't ran in a while. Yeah. And but I kept the training up. Yeah. And I was away in the States in October, so I just kept running. Yeah, and I
you got running time in the States?
I got running time in the States, yeah. And my long run was 34k, and I practiced with the gels. Yeah. So you should be practicing with the gels before race day. A lot of people just go out on race day and they're like, right, I need gels now, and then they start eating them, and they start to feel sick in the stomach and stuff, and they can't handle it. Yeah. So you need to be doing that in the training block as well. So
I get you. Yeah.
How was the body afterwards?
Battered.
Yeah.
See, I kind of have bad knees anyway. Like I'd gotten a bit of physio beforehand, and leading up to it, they kind of said to me, like, look, we'll just have a look, because some people's bodies aren't meant for running. Some people and looking back, I don't think mine is. But managed to pull through. I said to myself, I want to run the whole that sounds stupid, but I want to run the whole distance, because a lot of people do walk a couple of kilometers, don't they, or whatever. So I said, if I can run the whole distance, I'd be delighted, and I managed to do that. So
well done, man.
So I was delighted, but it was such a good day out.
Yeah,
such a good day out.
Such a great feeling, isn't it? Running with everybody, suffering with everybody.
Yeah,
and then the amount of people who are there just in support, like 20,000 people ran it, and there's probably 60,000, 50,000 people out on the streets just cheering people on. So I highly recommend anyone, if they want to do it once in their life, just to do it.
I want to do it now next year. I want to do it now next year. But it's one of those, like, it makes you realise the good in people, doesn't it? You know, it makes you just, it makes you happy about everyone. You know,
a lot of optimism on the day. A lot of people were pushing people who you know, aren't able to walk, never mind run. So it gives you a lot of perspective as well on people in the world who are, you know, who aren't able to do these things. Absolutely. So the whole time, like, I love the mental torture of endurance sports.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm weird like that. So I love getting into the pain cave and going deep.
I'm not. Do you know what as well though? I think what helped me for a lot of it. Normally, if like a training, you probably run with music in or something. Yeah. But a lot of it, you could actually run without your music in and just take in the atmosphere. And I think that
you were saying that to me before.
Yeah, I think that helps a lot, because I think sometimes you run with music in, you get into a real. You sometimes, you know, go to your dark place, and
it's too easy.
Yeah.
Listen to your tunes and you're bopping along. It's too easy.
But I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed just being able to take in the atmosphere and everything. And you got it in did you set a time or did you have a time kind of in mind?
So I'd run a marathon before at, like, I think I did 4:05 was my last marathon that I did. That was around 2022.
What was yours? 3.5?
And then I did 3:32.
See, that did my research on. See that?
There you go. Someone's been on the Strava.
I actually forgot my watch. I had a Garmin watch and I forgot it.
So for God's sake. So does it count now?
So then I had to I had to track it on Strava on my phone in my pocket, and couldn't see how many calories I burned was the only thing. I was dying to see like what I burned. Like
probably burned about 3,500, 3,000.
Yeah. So I was delighted.
Big day, man. It's a big day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, it kind of, when I was running it, I was thinking like, I get to do this. You know what I mean? It's like, I could have just stayed at home. Could have just been at home.
I wouldn't have blamed you after being in America.
You know what I mean? But I get to do it. Like I've my body works. I'm alive, and getting to the finish line. And I was actually thinking, I got to the finish line, and I was like, geez, I probably could have put a bit more into that.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
You had a lot more in the tank.
I think I did. Yeah. So next year I might try get a quicker time, but I'm addicted to it now. Yeah,
and you ran for a charity, right?
Did it for Skerry's Youth Support Services. So we did the cycle for Skerry's Youth Support Services. They do. They provide counselling sessions for people between 12 and 24.
Brilliant, yeah.
So all 100% of the money goes into just paying the counsellor for the session.
I get you.
And then Skerry's, the organisation organises for whoever needs it. They have a priority list and stuff like that. But they've got the shortest backlog. Yeah. So if you go to PA the House or something like that, there could be a 4-month backlog, you know. But if someone needs therapy tomorrow, Skerry's might be able to squeeze them in and make sure that they get seen. So
that's phenomenal. Yeah.
So we've done that charity cycle since 2020. But this year, like, it was a bigger task of cycling the length of the country. Yeah. And it was just me and my friend who ended up doing it, because the first couple of years we had like 20 or 30 people doing it.
People just drop out.
People dropping out. So we ended up raising $8,000 this year, which is great.
That's amazing.
The cycle so good. And the run.
It gives you more motivation for it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It was great, man. Yeah, I'm wrecked now. How are you afterwards? Like, have you been out for a run since?
No.
Yeah.
No, my knee, like, it's like into my thigh, but like there on my just over my knee, that went in the race. So I was running with that, and then that's what's been sort of like, although it's actually quite, I might go for a run tonight.
No, it's
actually,
I miss it, man. I miss it. Like, after something like that, you're like, oh jeez, kind of want to get out.
Because my whole plan was, after this marathon, look, I'm done. I'm done. But when I was running it, then I was like, fuck, I'd actually be sad to just leave this all behind. You know what I mean? So I figured my days off from work or something, I might just
you're hooked
get
now,
out and I think so.
You're hooked.
I think so. Adrenaline junkie.
It's all ahead of you.
It's all ahead of me now. We can promote the podcast next year. We can run with t-shirts. Yeah. I actually meant to do that this year and it didn't work out. But
some characters along the way, man. Saw Forrest Gump there at one stage.
Mad. The fella's running with the the actual firefighters. They weren't dressed up as firefighters. They were actual.
One of those lads is down in my gym. And I didn't know he was a fireman, but I talked to everyone in the sauna, like in the evenings. It's always good crack.
Yeah.
And Scotty, I was running past him and I saw him in the fireman. I was like, all right, Scotty, I didn't even know he was a fireman.
Yeah, you just meet people you probably don't even know are running.
As well, like running the fire outfit. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, heavy. Man, heavy gear. Heavy. And I got a high five off Catherine Connolly as well, future president of Ireland.
Oh, she was there?
Yeah.
No way.
I saw her in Walkinstown, and then when we came around UCD and then down past RTSR again, I ran over and I gave her a high five.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so that's good.
Jesus.
Yeah. Never wash my hands again.
She's probably doing keep uppies there on the side or something.
Yeah, exactly. You know? She's got skills, man. She's got skills.
But yeah, no, it was some experience. I'll probably end up doing it again. Who knows? But
might be joining in next year. Yeah,
maybe. Who knows? But speaking then, just a little bit on your time in America, like how was that being out there? And
it's good, man. So like these things pop up for me every now and then, where like someone will ask me to do a random gig. So like a girl got on to me last year, or like maybe 18 months ago, and she said that her fiance is a big fan of mine. And they're crazy. From San Antonio in Texas.
Yeah.
So she said, like, what are the odds that like you'd come over and perform for our first dance, one of your songs, Hold Me Now. And it's a random song as well, like that I put out years ago.
By
you like it?
Great song, by the way. Fantastic song,
but it's not a song that I thought people would want as their first dance or like something like that. So that came up, and I was like, you know what, I'll make a month out of it. I haven't been back to the States since COVID. Yeah. So I went to California for 10 days, met up with a friend of mine over there, and then went to Texas, did the wedding, and then I went to Nashville, another place I'd never been to in the States. Yeah. And
they're American, are they? They are American.
Couple, yeah.
That must be weird because a lot of the big stages, of course, you've been on Britain's Got Talent and Eurovision, which we'll get onto, but a lot of them, obviously, European stages. So that must be a bit. Must have been a bit surreal getting contact from. Do
you want to hear something else mad?
Yeah.
Right? So I arrived into Nashville, and I'd been watching this YouTube series called Updating, right? Which is like a new like comedy show. It was like a dating show thing. Right. Don't know how. You know when you're on YouTube and something pops up. I ended up watching this show.
You go down a rabbit hole, like
So I googled to see where they'd be when I'm over in the States, if they're anywhere where I am. And the day I arrived into Nashville, the show was on in Nashville in Zanies in the comedy.
Oh, no way.
Comedy club there, yeah. But I didn't have a ticket, so I arrived up late enough. Like, I just got off the flight, arrived up late enough, and there's a lad standing outside. And I was like, right, well, I suppose the two of us are waiting to see if we can get a ticket. So I got chatting to him anyway. He seemed really sound, and we're having a bit of crack.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, we got 2 spaces. So we're like, great, we're getting in. Yeah, class.
Yeah.
And then your one said, just need a name for the tickets. Your man didn't have any cash, so I was like, come here, I'll get the tickets, blah, blah, got the tickets. Yeah. And I said, O'Shaughnessy. And she's like, oh, can you spell that for me? And then I could see your man in the corner of his eye, like looking over. And I was like, and then I said, Ryan. He goes, and then he turns to me, he's like, are you Ryan O'Shaughnessy? And this is another American lad and he's like, man, I've been watching your videos. Actually, shout out to Andrew if he's watching this.
Yeah. But maybe we'll be. Shout out Andrew.
I ended up hanging out with him for a few days then over there, but he had been watching my videos for years. And what are the chances that, like, you know, I don't know how many people are in the States, what is it, 300 million or 350 million or something. Yeah. But I ended up standing there chatting to this lad who knew my music and had been following my music for years.
What are the chances?
That's so weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad the way the world works.
That is crazy. Yeah. Imagine we get something like that one day.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine.
We just go to anywhere and
a random gig.
Yeah. That's mad though, isn't it? Yeah, it must have been surreal experience being out there. And they love the Irish out there in Nashville, don't they?
Yeah.
They love the Irish.
Yeah. They do in the States, man. Everywhere all over the States. If you're Irish, it's like the golden ticket.
Yeah. You know? And Nashville, obviously a big music place. Like, so that must have been unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. I worked in a couple of really nice studios. I ended up hanging out with Irish people over there. I actually missed Irish people. Right. So I was in California, 10 days, and then in Texas, didn't really see any Irish people. And then my friend Brian McGrain is living in Nashville. Right. So I ended up linking up with him, and then straight away we were just having the crack. Yeah. And then we linked up with a few other Irish people, and come here, man, you'd miss it, like, you know.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Every time I go away, like,
one question I was actually going to ask you, like, did you get the chance to meet any like American, not producers, but like, did you get to meet with any American artists, like, and did that what kind of effect or benefit did that have on your music? Like, did you, like, what kind of ideas did you get to come up with? Like,
I didn't really, man.
Mostly Irish.
Yeah, like it was mostly Irish. Like I was working with this girl Claire and working on a couple of tracks of hers in a studio in Nashville. She's Irish, and I was working with Brian. So like primarily on this trip, it was more so working with Irish people. And it was kind of like business and pleasure. So I was doing the wedding, and then I was also just kind of hanging out and making music. But when I was over there, like pre-COVID, it was really nice being in LA, like working with people who are kind of just really like,
that's the dream, getting to work in LA,
at the forefront of like songwriting and that type of stuff. And then COVID hit, so I feel like I was on a really nice trajectory just before COVID hit, and then came home, and then for like a year I couldn't do like the Zoom writing and stuff like that. I don't like interacting with people over Zoom and stuff. Are you the same?
Just for any kind of business like
or meetings or anything like that. It's very difficult, isn't it?
I find it hard, like so I didn't do much of that during COVID, and then when COVID lifted I was like, what do I do again? Like, what's my thing? I make music, like
let's go to America.
I forgot about that, you know.
But so we'll get back to America, but I want to talk about like kind of your early life. What would be that you can think of your first memory with music?
With music, so like I come from a musical family, so my mom and dad are both musicians. So my mom's a singer, my dad's a guitar player and a singer, and they actually used to play in a band together when they were singing each other at the start.
Brilliant.
So I was always around singing and music and everything. Like one of my earliest things that I did, maybe not a memory because my memory's quite foggy, like in my early years, but I was in Billy Barry as a kid. So like I was in stage school and I sung Where Is Love when I was like 4 or something, you know what I mean? So that'd be like singing and stuff like that would have been there always. I was always trying to entertain. I was the youngest child as well, so I was always trying to like have fun and entertain, make people laugh and that type of stuff when I was a kid.
So you always felt like you were made to kind of entertain, like
it was always just something I did. And only now in my later years do I realise that that's, you know, just youngest child syndrome and looking for attention.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean?
You're the golden boy.
Yeah, well, just like looking to make people laugh and looking to make people smile and stuff.
Yeah, I get you.
So that'd be probably my earliest performance was doing that.
Nice. And so then you studied music, right? You actually went on to study music. Yeah,
so I went to BAME. So it was the first year that BAME had opened up in Dublin, which was 2012.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I it was strange. So like I was in Fair City when I was a kid. So I was 9 years in Fair City as an actor. Like and when I was about 16, I got an opportunity to join a band, and it was a boy band. Like, and I went for this audition,
like a proper boy band.
I went for this audition because my friend wanted to go for it, and I drove him in. He was like, "You should go for it too," and I was like, "Oh, I don't know." I went for it. I ended up getting it.
Yeah.
And,
did he end up getting it?
He didn't end up getting it.
Oh. See ya.
So I ended up leaving Fair City and starting the music side of things. But I always something was really strange. Like when I was growing up, I always felt like I was a songwriter. I always felt like I had to write songs, but I never wrote songs. So when I applied for BAME as a songwriter, I had to write 2 songs for my entrance exam to get into the course. And I'd never written a song before, and like the night before the exam, like I was down to the very last minute. I was like, oh God, I have to like do something. So I wrote 2 songs. And I went in thinking, oh, I'm never going to get this. They were 2 shite songs, like, to be honest. But then I got into the course, which was great. And so from like the September of doing college to January when I went on to Britain's Got Talent, I was in the songwriting kind of world in college, and I was writing songs with people, and I'd started to like, I wrote No Name. No Name was like the first proper song that I wrote.
That's
ever.
Nuts. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's your first proper song.
Yeah, man, it peaked too soon. You know what I mean?
Did that help you appreciate songwriting? Did that help you appreciate songwriting?
Yeah, it did. And like when you're in amongst it all as well, you're surrounded by talented people, and you're learning about the craft as well. So you're learning about songwriters of the past, and that really did help. But I did peak too soon. I wrote a couple of good songs, and I was writing really nice guitar riffs and stuff like that. And and then the Britain's Got Talent thing popped off.
Because that was what I was going to ask you. It was like, so you studied it, and then you nearly went straight into. I was going to ask you, like, did you have any experience like pub singing or busking or anything? It was straight in.
It was straight in, man. And I think that was the difficult thing for me, because like, there's one thing in life, you know yourself, if you're starting a business, or if you're starting a career, you want to learn how to do it first. You want to get the foundation. That's kind of what grafting is for a musician, like going into the pubs and like learning how to work a crowd, or learning how to like work your way up. But with Britain's Got Talent, I just went out on stage, sung a song, and next of all, it was like, okay, you're signed, you've got a publishing deal, record deal, management contract, radio tours, support slots, and I didn't know what the hell all that was.
Overwhelming.
Or it was very overwhelming.
Yeah. What were you, 19?
I was 19 as well, very young.
Yeah, Jesus.
So I actually found that really difficult, like to balance and comprehend, and then the record company, after I did my first album with them, they were looking for another album within a month.
What?
And at the same time, I was on a radio tour. I was on a supporting Lawson, that band years ago.
Oh,
and,
I know Lawson.
Remember Lawson? Yeah. So I was supporting them around the UK, and I was supposed to be writing a new album at the same time.
Yeah.
But I'd written all my songs. Like I put all my songs onto the first album. And I had nothing. So like,
I've got nothing left.
Yeah. So I ended up saying to the record company after a while, come here, I can't do this. It's too hard. It's too much work. So I left the record label. I left the management contract and everything. It was just super high pressure. Probably after about 8 months of being with them. Yeah. And then, and then I basically I got like quite depressed then, because it was such like a high at the start. Like the whole Britain's Got Talent thing was such a explosive thing that I had to like allow myself to come back down from it all. Really. And then I started traveling. I started to like, pack a bag, and I went off to the States for a month just to get a bit of headspace and stuff like that. Yeah. And then when I came home, I was like, right, I think I'm ready to like start writing again and recording, and then actually start building my foundation, because the foundation was never
nearly
there.
doing it properly, kind of,
and try to do it properly. Yeah.
I can imagine it came at you so fast.
Yeah, it was a bit mad. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
Really? No. Wow. Well, there you go. I suppose the X Factor's gone now, isn't it? In a lot, well, the main one, the UK one and stuff like that is gone. So,
but all those shows, it's a big thing to be getting involved in, and unless you really have a good head and a lot of good people around you and stuff like that, and you know what you're getting into, it can be a bit overwhelming for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. How did that audition? How did that come about? Like, how did that idea come to your head? And so applying? Actually,
that's a funny story, because I'd written the song before going into college, let's say, right? So it was like September of that college year. We went to Magaluf as a group from school. So we all went, like 30 of us. Is like
it was a dare amongst the lads. You should go on Britain's Got Talent.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. So like, we had the guitar, and I was sitting out on the balcony one night, and I was like, right, I wrote this song or whatever, and I showed my friends, and they were all at the end of it. They were all like, Ryan, what the hell? Like, you've been keeping that from us. And then one of the lads was like, Britain's Got Talent. You have to go on Britain's Got Talent. Britain's Got Talent. He just kept mentioning it. Yeah. So every day he'd be like, did you apply for it yet? Did you apply for it yet? Yeah. And then so I applied for it, and then went up and did it, and then it all just popped off.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was all because of Magaluf.
Yeah, all because of Magaluf.
Have you ever been to Magaluf?
No, I don't.
No, actually, he was in he was in Ibiza last this year, wasn't it?
Ibiza's great. You didn't just stay in San Antonio, did you? Is that what it's called?
I was only there for 3 days.
Yeah.
But I said that's really weird. Only 3 days in Ibiza is a bit strange. Like normally you go for
really. It was good crack.
Friends were going. I was just like, sure, I'll come along with you.
Was it party or was it?
Yeah, full party. Yeah. I don't think I slept a full 12 hours at all when I was there.
I've never done that. I've never done the Ibiza thing.
Yeah.
Anytime I've been to Ibiza, I've gone north, and like it's really nice. It's a deadly island.
So there's actually more to Ibiza than Ibiza.
Oh yeah,
a lot more to Ibiza than that. Yeah.
Because I hadn't seen him for a long time, and then I just see photos on his Instagram, just with all the lads and all these girls and all.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. But the song about the No Name. You mentioned in your audition that was about a certain someone. Yeah. Did you ever reveal who that certain someone was?
I don't think I did, but like the papers and everyone. So
we're not going to ask you who it is. Don't worry.
No, that's no problem. It was about a friend of mine, man, who when I was in school, I was mad about her. And it was never a secret. It was never, I was always mad about her.
Yeah.
And when I went on the show, it wasn't my intention to make it about that.
They kind of took it and ran with it a little bit.
They ran with that completely, and they made it all about he's looking to get this girl.
They had to find a way.
I already knew she wasn't into me. You know what I mean? It was more so, here's a song I've written.
Yeah,
that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to go on as a songwriter and show like this is what I do.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
and they ran with it, but the newspapers were actually trying to find out who all my female friends were.
You're joking.
And the Sun in the UK were in Ireland, and they were outside all my friends' houses looking to try and get pictures of the different girls, to try and find out who the girl was. And they were putting up different pictures on the newspaper saying, is it her, is it her, is it her? And I actually fell out, not that I fell out with them, but I kind of just got distant with a lot of those girls, because they were calling me being like, Ryan, can you tell the papers to like stop following me and stuff?
You're joking.
And there's nothing I could do. It was all out of my control. Like,
yeah.
So it was never my intention for any of that to happen.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then, it was a bit, that was actually really difficult for me to deal with at the time, because, I had a really good group of friends and stuff, and it kind of created a separation and a bit of a division amongst a lot of my friends, because I
can imagine,
you wouldn't want the papers sitting outside your house trying to get snaps of it, you know what I mean?
And again, it ties back into like how much that must have put on you, like as a young lad, like at 19, like that must have been, and then to have all that unnecessary shit added in, like it must be that must have been really difficult, like. And
the machine of it all, like it's just a machine, and I should have known, like, because I was on the telly for years, so I kind of knew that if this goes well, it could go in any direction, like it's going to be hard. But I kind of just ran with it. And come here, the grander scheme of things, it was a really good thing for my career, obviously.
Absolutely, there's two sides to it, isn't it?
I end up outside Zany's in Nashville, and some lad knows me, and he's been following me for years, so like
it's all come full circle.
It's mad.
That was your I made it moment.
It's mad. Seriously, I was like, no way, you know me.
It's mad. But in that audition, so that's interesting, the fact that you say that's kind of your first proper, like you hadn't sung in bars or you hadn't booked much before that. You went from studying straight into that. So what were the nerves like when you first went for that audition? Like what were the nerves like?
So the first audition I did was up in Belfast. So that was one of the ones where there's like not many cameras, and they don't put that one on the telly. It's more so for the producers and stuff to try and figure out who they want to put onto the main stage.
Okay.
And then I got a phone call to say, we'd love to invite you over to Blackpool to do an audition over there.
Okay.
So like that was a full day of them interviewing me and bringing me around, and then asking me about the girl and asking me all different questions and stuff. So I was wrecked by the end of the day when they said, right, it's time for you to go on the stage.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember much of being backstage, going out there, doing the thing, and then coming off stage. I just remember being on the flight home being like, what just happened? What? And my mom and my sister were with me as well. They came over for the journey, and they were a bit like, what just happened as well, because they experienced it all too. And I didn't know that it would kick off as much as it did, and it would become like such a thing, and they'd make the big edit about it, and and there was no guarantee that it would be aired either on the telly,
Right. Yeah.
Okay. But
even though you had made it through in that,
all I knew is that like I made it through on the stage, and I was in through to the next round.
That is wild. But Did you find that in front of the massive crowd, like were the nerves there in front of that big crowd?
Yeah, I think that's why I can't really remember it, because I was out there like, dry mouth and just like...
You probably wanted to just nearly get it done.
Yeah.
And just get off the stage,
like, when I watched it, I look a lot more chill than I was. You know what I mean?
Seem very composed.
We could sense the we watched it a week or two ago.
Yeah.
We could sense the nerves that
well,
you
I
had.
think I held it fairly well, because like obviously inside it was a lot more nerve-wracking than I think it was portrayed,
Yeah, I can imagine. Talk to me about like the judges a little bit, because like did you have much contact with them over the course of the whole thing, like, or in your first audition, like did they help at all with the comments and stuff as well? And did you have much? You didn't have much contact with them?
No, all your contact is with the producers. So like you're backstage and you're talking with the producers and all, and then the producers are going and talking to the judges and letting them know what to ask and questions and all this type of stuff. You know?
Really?
So
see, there's so much.
The only interaction I had with Simon was like the night of the final, when he passed me in the hall and he was like, "Good luck tonight, Ryan." I was like, "Oh, thanks." Yeah, that was the only interaction. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Everything else was just on the stage of what you would have seen, So
they don't have any, like in terms of their performances or song choice or anything. They don't have any kind of.
No, but there's people in the background who are doing all of that. Yeah. Actually, an interesting thing that happened was, so I had 3 good songs going into that. Like, so one of them was No Name, one of them was First Kiss, and then I had a song called Sofa Bed.
Right.
That was. That I wanted to perform on the final, but I was in the room with one of the producers, and he said to me, "Right, Ryan, we need to figure out what you're going to do for the final." I played him through a few of my songs and I said, "This is the one I want to do." Mm-hmm. And he said, okay. And then on the day of the final, he says, "You're not going to do that. You're going to do No Name again." So I feel like if I had went out and played Sofa Bed, it would have been like 1, 2, 3, like would have been really nice to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like originality in all of them.
Yeah.
And I probably would have been in with more of a chance to win it.
We did actually want to ask you that, like, so that did you feel like going into that was a bit of a risk playing that song again?
I didn't want to play that song again.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Like, I didn't want to just repeat the first song. I wanted to do, and I probably should have stood up and said, actually, I'm definitely not doing that again. I probably should have fought for it a bit more.
Yeah.
Again, 19, I was kind of just doing what I was told in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if I had went out and done Sofa Bed, it all could have popped off. Probably, and then Pudsey the dog might not have taken the £500,000.
Oh man, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Pudsey.
Rest in peace, Pudsey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually forget that's the same year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the same year with were they a couple? And there was the rather large fella, and he had the really powerful voice. Was that the same year? Charlotte and. Was that the same year?
I know who you're talking about. I don't know if it was the same year. No, I don't think so.
No, but rest in peace, Pudsey. Anyway,
rest in peace, Pudsey. I met Ashley at one of the. So it was Ashley and Pudsey, and I met them. I think when I was going into the semi-final or something like that.
Right.
And Pudsey was like sitting beside her in his little cage, and I was talking to her. She was lovely, and I was like, "So what did your dog do?" And she was like, "Do you want me to show you?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Pudsey," and Pudsey just came out. And she just gave him all these little commands, and he was just dancing around and back on his back legs, and then like he'd spin and he'd like do a backflip, and I'm sitting there going, "I'm fucked." Like,
really?
I'm definitely not going to win this thing. Look at this dog. Like,
you're sitting there with your guitar. Just, oh, that's great.
Yeah. Like, oh god, how am I going to poison this dog?
Maybe he did in the end. Who knows?
You never know.
Don't see that. Too late. Rest in peace, Pudsey. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. But one thing I wanted to mention about your audition and No Name, I think one of the good things, one of the best things about your performance was the uniqueness of your voice. Mm-hmm. Is uniqueness a word? Your voice is it was very soft. It is very soft. It's not quite, in say BGT auditions or X Factor auditions, I feel like a lot of people try and put on the most powerful it's all about high notes and it's all about power.
Yeah.
Whereas your song, I think, was a lot more softer, and I just think that was what would have gripped me at the time, and even watching it now.
Yeah, like I've always sang in falsetto, which is like, do you know much about singing or vocals?
A little bit.
I have no idea.
So in your regular voice, like the voice I'm talking in now, it's not falsetto. But if I start talking like this, that's falsetto.
Yeah,
I'm not using the power of the chest or the throat.
Yeah,
it's more like a head voice.
Yeah.
So I've always sung like that in a way. And I think not many people on these shows maybe would have presented in that way, like with the falsetto. But I think the thing that I going into the Britain's Got Talent thing, I was thinking no one's ever gone on with their own song. Like no one ever did that.
I can't
before
really think of any. Yeah.
And
that's
I was
crazy,
thinking, if I can do that, that's originality.
Yeah.
And if I have something original, like my whole idea was like, if I can get on the telly and get a clip, because like Susan Boyle had done her thing.
Yeah. She never wrote her own song, so
no.
No.
And who else? There's a couple of other people that I'd been watching on YouTube, and like the videos are racking up 80 million views, and like this is mad for like 2012. Like so I was like, right, if I can get on that and I can get an audition that lives on YouTube and racks up loads of views, I could probably make a career out of it. And that was my intention.
That's interesting. That was your intention, because I feel like a lot of artists maybe they say they do, but it seems like a lot of them kind of just fall into it.
Yeah.
But that's really interesting.
It's mad, man. Like, and this happens in my life sometimes. If I have an idea, like of what I would like to achieve, and it's a really strong like idea, I can kind of in some way like manifest it into existence. Yeah. So like even like doing the cycle, the Mizen to Malin, I was like, I don't know if we could do that. But then I was like, wait, if I think about it logically, if I train, if I do this, blah blah blah, I can do that. Yeah. You know, like setting big goals, big tasks, and kind of just following through with them.
That was me getting you on the podcast. I said, I don't know if we can get him, but I said, I'll just do it anyway.
There you go, man.
You know, just chase your dreams.
Yeah, you're coming on my podcast next, lads.
Absolutely. Have you got a podcast?
No, I will though. I'm going to set one up.
You should actually.
Just so I can get you on.
That would be actually sick. That would be so good. We'll go to Nashville.
Yeah, we'll do it Nashville.
We'll all have a beer. Yeah. Why Britain's Got Talent and not the X Factor?
Because I could play my own song. So on the X Factor, you can't play an instrument. It's all just singing.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to play guitar, play my own song, and
I never read it. No one's ever played guitar on the X Factor.
Probably since, but up to then, it's all just been. You have to sing to a backing track, and I actually did the voice the same year, like in 2012. Did the Voice of Ireland.
We actually read up on that actually last week. Yeah.
So my mom wanted me to do that, so I was like, right, you know what? My mom applied for me and everything, and I said, Mom, I want to do the Britain's Got Talent thing, not the Voice. Yeah. But I said, right, I'll do it and see how I get on.
Okay.
And then I ended up getting through to the finals of the Voice in Ireland, like onto the stage, the live shows. Yeah. And then the first night of the live shows, they made me sing Baby by Justin Bieber, and they wouldn't let me do my own song. Like I wanted to do my own song. Yeah. And so I ended up doing like an acoustic version of it. Yeah. And then the judges were like, didn't really enjoy it or whatever. And I was like, well, I wanted to do my own song. I never wanted to do this song anyway. And then a few months later, I was on Britain's Got Talent doing my own song. Do you know what I mean?
It just made sense.
So that made sense, because I think some of those shows, they want you to do covers and to do, to sing mainly without an instrument as well, just to backing tracks. Yeah.
Like with choice with stuff like that, in your final, like you were singing No Name, and all the lighting and stuff like that. Did you have any input on the kind of setup on lighting and the way it was kind of presented in the final?
Yeah, like there was obviously they've got so many things going on the night, but you meet with the creative director and like he talks through his ideas and whatever about that, and then you can input and say what you like, what you don't like, and stuff like that. So there was a little bit of input, but not as much input as I was able to put into something like the Eurovision or something like that, because at the time I didn't really know what I was doing. I was again 19 and I was just like, this is mad. I can't believe I'm doing this. Did you ever have any not that I'm saying you needed any, but did you ever have any like coaching vocally? So in Billy Barry we had Peter Beckett was our musical director, so I would have sung with the choir, so I was always around like he'd do different exercises with us where he'd play a chord like a triad,
Right.
and he'd get this side of the room to do the first note, this side of the room to do the second note, this side of the room to do the third note. So
Yeah.
it was like training the ear. We'd do scales, we'd sing, like he'd do arrangements for different songs. So
Yeah.
I did that for a few years, but my main coaching came from my mom, because we used to we spent a lot of time in the car together, because we were driving from like North Dublin over to South Dublin to go to RTE when I was on Fair City. So we do that journey 3 times a week.
Really?
And we listen to the radio, and my mom would be singing along to all the songs on the radio and then singing harmonies. So then I'd end up singing along with them too, and we just basically singing in and out of RTE, passing the time.
Yeah.
So I feel like I kind of got a lot of coaching unknowns to myself. Like
Right, you didn't really realise it, like,
from doing that with my mom.
Yeah. I actually had a vocal coach a few years ago.
You did,
I used to love to sing. Before the podcast, I always wanted to be a singer. I always wanted to be a singer.
Really, yeah.
And I had a vocal coach. He was here. Luckily, he just happened to live here. And he was on The Voice as well, actually, a good few years ago. But he just moved away, and then I couldn't really find.
Ah, okay.
That was the other thing as well. Like I just feel like there's not enough resources around here. I feel like for
Best thing to do, man, is try join a choir. Or even do you have a choir in the church or anything like that, you know?
Probably do. Probably do.
Doing something like that, man, is a great outlet. I have a few friends at the moment who are looking to try and get into something. There's a choir called One Voice, and I think they're around different locations in Ireland.
Right.
And they meet up once a week, and they do like contemporary versions of songs, and it's kind of drop in. Anyone can come in.
I get you. Yeah.
And it's just to go in and sing, because there's something about singing that like releases, it can release a lot of tension. Like, you know, for a lot of people, they find it hard to say the right words at times, or speak their truth, or to express themselves with words. But I think with singing, you kind of open up you break that blockage.
Right.
So I find that singing can be a very good tool for helping people to get to a place where they can actually speak their truth. So there's good use in that.
Yeah, you wouldn't really think I would never have thought of like a choir as a way to kind of improve your singing and that sort of outlet like that. I wouldn't have thought about it like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, especially like you're singing with other people. It's like you're all like it's a good community thing to do as well. Yeah, and it's training your ear, because you have to listen to everyone else as you're singing. So I coach some people with vocals sometimes. Right. So I started kind of doing it around COVID, just mainly with some friends. Yeah. And I find the hardest thing for people is like when you play a note on the piano and then try to get them to sing it. Yeah. So like so play da, and then the person starts going da, da, like trying to find the note. Yeah. But so the hardest thing is when your ear is listening to a note to try and then transform that into the note yourself. So if you can practice doing that, you're training your ear, and that's all you really need to have. Because if you're listening to a backing track and you want to sing the song in tune, then you need to know what the key is. You need to be able to listen to the song and be able to sing it in the key. That's why a choir is good, because everyone else is singing around you. You have to listen in order to get the note. Yeah. So that's where I start with a lot of people, to make sure that they can do that. Yeah. Do you know?
Okay.
I get you.
And then the rest of it is it's just breathing and like breathing techniques, singing from the diaphragm. Yeah. A lot of people like sing from their chest, and they sing from here, but it's like, and they're really tense and tight, and the vocals are like closed up, and you need to have all that relaxed and warmed up. So there's loads of different ways of doing it.
I remember when I used to go to coach, and I used to always, like, not that I fancied myself as any way of a good singer, but I used to enjoy singing or whatever. And then I went to him, and I realized that I always used to kind of nearly sing in on myself, like I wouldn't actually push it out. So then like I try and like push it out, and he'd do like vocal warm-ups, and then we get to like a certain note, and my voice would just it's like my voice just breaks, like it just stops. It's like there's a thing there, and it's just cutting it. You know, which was really interesting, but it was good fun. But maybe one day I'll go back to it, you know.
Yeah, man, you should like keep it up. Even like do some YouTube singing vocal warm-ups. A lot of that is like because your voice isn't being used. Like when I was away in the States for a month, I wasn't really singing that much. Right. And I came home and I had a gig, and I was like, oh God, like it's a muscle. Yeah. It just has to be exercised. Yeah.
That's
you know, and like if you have something once a week, like a choir or something that you're going to, you're exercising it once a week.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
you know.
Do you ever have any like special drinks or anything, or for like for the vocal cords, or just water?
Not really, man. Just water.
Just water.
And you know, for years I was smoking rollies as well, and I actually used to think that was good for my
on
voice.
stage sometimes. Just
I actually used to think that was good for my voice. I don't smoke anymore, like. But, But I
you used to think that was good
to roughen up.
I felt like it was. You're putting your vocal cords through stress, and obviously like stress builds muscle, so there was something about it, because when I'd stop smoking I'd find that my voice got worse, which was really weird. Yeah. So then I had to actually exercise it myself instead of letting the smokes do it.
That's mad. That's crazy, isn't it?
Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe that's not what was happening.
Maybe it was just a mental.
I'm open for that too.
Maybe it was just a mental thing, though. Do you think like just getting rid of something like that just changed your look on it? Maybe I don't know.
Think so. Like, it was weird. Like, I'd stop smoking for a couple of weeks and then my voice would go. Do you know what I mean? It was happening the other way around.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Maybe we'll do one album where you're just smoking throughout, and then do another album where you're not smoking, and then
we'll compare them.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
Yeah. We'll do a review on the podcast, and we'll go, no, he definitely smoked on that one.
Let's go for a smoke break now. Come back. We go out and smoke 5 each, and we'll go back.
So then, kind of before that period between Britain's Got Talent and the Eurovision, you said you've kind of found it a little bit hard to kind of not get back on your feet, but like, so you said you had that low depression after Britain's Got Talent. What was then that kind of period like between, because there was a good 4 or 5 years between that? What were them kind of years like, basically? It's
a good question. So I booked, as I said, like I booked a flight to New York about a month after leaving the label and leaving the management and everything.
Yeah.
And then I traveled around America for a month, and what I loved about it was nobody knew me. So like, I wasn't able to kind of go around my hometown here without people stopping me and asking me questions and stuff like that, because I'd just been on the telly. And I found that to be really hard. I found the fame element of it to be really hard. It's not something that I think people understand or when until they're in it, like.
Absolutely.
And some people are good at it, I guess, and some people aren't. I'm definitely not very good at it. I find it very difficult to like interact with people, because I feel I'm not having a great day, and then someone stops me and wants to chat to me about things. It's just a lot of stress. So I liked when I went away to the States that no one knew me, and I was able to kind of just be who I am on that day. And kind of be authentic to that. So when I came home, I kind of took the foot off the gas in terms of like, I was asked to do a lot of gigs and stuff, and I kind of just said no and allowed everything to kind of die down. And then I started taking gigs again. I started taking some festivals and stuff like that with the band. I recorded an album down in Grouse Lodge with the band that like I didn't put out for a long time. And I started producing. So I started like producing music for myself and also for others. So I had a studio out at my parents' house, and every day I'd have a new person come out and I'd do a songwriting session with them. So we'd like make them lunch or breakfast or whatever, and we go for a walk, and then figure out what they want to write about, and we create a song together. And I just really fell in love with co-writing. It doesn't matter where the song is going to go, if it's going to go anywhere. I kind of felt like it was like therapy in a way, because you get to know someone and you get to experience what they're going through or what's going on with them, and then try to explain it in a song or try to build that. So I started producing, which I really fell in love with. And then that was like for like 5 years, but I traveled as well within that year, because I found a love for traveling then when I was in the States. Just with a bag on my back, meeting strangers, experiencing new things, trying new things. Like that trip I did to the States, right? I ended up in LA, staying in a hostel, and I left the hostel one day with these 2 German girls to go and rent a Camaro because I wanted to rent a muscle car. I got a convertible Camaro, right? But I'd never driven an automatic before.
Yeah.
And next of all, I'm driving like a muscle car, and it's a convertible, and I'm driving a left-hand drive. Oh no, a left-hand drive on the right-hand side of the road, and they just gave me the keys. And I was like, oh shit! I was like, what am I supposed to do? So I'm just like, I started experiencing new things in life,
yeah.
And I still have a big love for that, like just learning new things, experiencing new things, new cultures, new people.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the traveling element of it, and I realized there's a lot more to life than what I had previously thought of as like just try to be successful and trying to like make a name for yourself, or you know. So I kind of let all that die down, and then so when the Eurovision thing came around, I had written a song with Cappy and Laura Elizabeth for Brendan Murray, who was supposed to sing that song in 2017.
That same song?
So the song Together was actually written for Brendan.
No way.
Yeah. And then RTE said, can we find a new singer for this? Because Brendan did it last year. Okay. And I sung on the demo.
Yeah.
So they said I was obviously the first person they would think of to sing it. Yeah. But I actually said that year, I was like, I don't know if that's something I want to do. I like the fact that I was like kind of out of the spotlight in a way. Yeah. And I was just songwriting.
You were used to being out of it then, yeah.
And but then my girlfriend at the time was like, come here, like what's the worst that can happen? Just give it a shot. Like it could be enjoyable.
Yeah.
So then I took that gig on, and it was deadly. It was some crack. Yeah.
Really?
Eurovision is deadly.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to it?
No.
Not
been to it, no.
Actually, no.
Add it to the list, lads. It's great.
Really?
It's great crack. Yeah.
Where is it next year, actually? Maybe we could just...
no idea.
I have no idea.
No, actually myself.
Oh yeah, I struggle to keep up with it nowadays. I feel like do you feel like it's lost its like I don't know, because it's loved in Ireland, isn't it? It's adored in Ireland. It always has been, especially when we were kids growing up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just I'm getting older now. I don't know whether
it's lost its thing, man. Yeah, like
I think a little bit.
I think what's happened is, and I love Eurovision. Like I've loved it for years. My mom was a big Eurovision fan, watching it when she was a kid and everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think what's happening is it's gone away from being a song contest, and now it's like it's a who can make the craziest performance contest.
Yeah. I get that.
Because there's lots of really good songs out there in the world, but then you watch the Eurovision, it's like this is just real tacky kind of.
Who was it that won it the year you went in?
The year I went in 2018, it was a girl in Israel won it actually that year.
Was that the mad girl? The one
chicken dance?
Because I was literally going to reference that. Oh, now it's very like her, but that was actually that year.
That was that year, yeah. But the year beforehand, Portugal won it.
Yeah,
with your man who's like kind of like an operatic voice, and it was really soft, and it was just him on the stage on his own, singing this beautiful song.
Yeah.
I think that's the last time that something like that got the airspace and got the attention. Like that delicacy.
Yeah.
So,
but now it's kind of more just about the act as more or less more than the song.
And I think the year when I went into it, I was like, well, he won it last year, so maybe there's a space for it this year. So that kind of made me more inclined to think that it'd be a good thing for me to do.
Yeah. So was that how that opportunity came about? Quite literally from you had wrote that song for Brendan, and then he had to drop. He wasn't doing it. So
it was Louis Walsh actually. He had the choice between 2 songs for Brendan that year, and it was our song, and then there was a Swedish songwriter, like a famous Swedish songwriter, and he kind of went with the Swedish guy because he's got a track record.
Right.
But then the next year they said we still like this song, so.
How come Louis Walsh was the head of that?
I think he was managing Brendan at the time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He would have been in the boy band. I don't know. I think he just got involved in managing Brendan.
Yeah. It's a great song actually. It's a really good song. It's quite in a high key, a lot of it.
Brendan's voice is super high. Like he nearly has like a soprano range.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why we wrote it that way. Yeah. We wrote it for Brendan. Like we figured out his like vocal ability and like basically wrote it tailored for him.
Yeah.
So then when I was doing it, I was on tour in the States at the time with like an Irish music act, playing guitar and telling songs on stage. And I was in meetings and stuff at like 4:00 in the morning with RTE and with like producers and stuff, trying to figure out what key we were going to do this song in.
Right. Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know if I should sing it in that original key, because it's going to be a lot of stress on me on the day.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
But we never took it down. We probably should have taken it down to a place where I could sing it in full voice instead of having to go into that falsetto.
Yeah.
Because it's like, said we'd be together till we die. It's like really high.
So high, yeah.
But if I was able to sing it in like a lower register, I probably would have been able to perform it better.
The girl what was the girl's name that was performing that with you on the piano?
That was Clara Ann Varley. Right, yeah.
Do you find that it helped having her there kind of to help harmonise it a little bit?
Oh man, it was great. So so I basically said, right, to RTE when I was getting into it, I said, right, I'll do it. Yeah. But I'll only do it if I get to have a say in who's going to do with me, who the team is, who does the wardrobe, who does the staging and all that type of stuff. I said I want to have creative control over that, because I'd seen the years beforehand, like Brendan Murray was in like a hot air balloon or something like that, and it was all very weird. And so I was in a meeting. This is mad actually. So I was in a meeting when I was away in the States on Zoom. Yeah. And like I hate Zoom meetings anyway. Yeah. But but this creative director was saying, okay, Ryan, we've listened to your song, and he was supposed to put forward a plan for the staging. And he said, so the way I see it, Ryan, is like this, the colours are like more like pinks and mauves, and he's like, and you come out on stage, but we don't see you because you're inside of this cake. And then as the cake rolls out, when it gets into the chorus, the cake opens up and you come up through the cake. And I'm sitting there on this meeting, and it's 4:00 in the morning, and I'm in back arse of nowhere, Tennessee or something, and I'm going, what have I gotten myself in for here? I've already said that I'd do this. They're after paying this guy, the creative director, for this, to do this thing. Yeah. So I got on to the head of delegation, Michael, and I was like, the next day I was like, Michael, I'm really sorry, but that is completely far away from what this song is about. It's nowhere near coherent.
I'm just thinking of that song in my head right now, you coming out in a cake and thinking of the song in my head.
It didn't make any sense, man. It didn't make any sense. And this guy had already been hired for the job, right, Yeah. So Michael said to me, right, Ryan, come here, we're stuck here for time, but if you come up with any ideas, you let me know. So Michael was sound about it. He kind of understood where I was coming from. Right. But Michael was more used to saying, well, this guy's good at his job. So like we'll trust him. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he said to me, right, you come up with an idea. And that night I was with a few of the lads on tour, and I was just thinking about Eurovision, obviously mulling it all over, and I had an idea, and I was like, what if there was like two lads? Like what if it was a gay couple that are like in the video or like involved in this whole thing? What if it's not a romantic thing between a same-sex couple, between a straight couple? Because I don't think the Eurovision have done that yet. And a bit like the Britain's Got Talent thing, no one had gone on as a songwriter before or like performed their own song. And I was like, I don't think anyone's done like a same-sex couple thing before. And Ireland had just voted for the same-sex referendum. Same-sex marriage referendum. Yeah. So that was something that was really current as well in Ireland. So I proposed this idea to RTE. And straight away I was getting, I don't know, Ryan, like it's a bit risky because, Russia are in the Eurovision. They've got anti-gay laws. China show the Eurovision and they've got anti-gay laws. So like, I was like, right, well, this is the idea. This is the plan. And I think it'll work. Because everyone else that I spoke to about it was like, class, deadly, good idea. Like the laymen I was talking to like about it. And we had Christian Tierney that was supposed to do the music video for us. Okay. So I put the idea to Christian, and Christian was like, Ryan, that's class. And I had a choreographer. He got the two dancers involved, and RT said to me, all right, Ryan, we'll go with it for the music video, but like this isn't to say that it's going to be like the theme of it or whatever. Right. So we filmed the music video, and the day the music video went out, everyone was talking about it. Like, so anyone all the Eurovision countries were talking about it, saying, "Oh my God, like look what Ireland are doing! Like they're taking a risk. They're doing something different and representing like a large amount of the fan base of Eurovision, because like loads of Eurovision fans, like it's a big thing in the gay community, you know." And so it ended up doing really well, and then they were like, all right, we have to take it to the stage now, so we have to bring that to the stage. So then we had the whole thing of like, right, how are we going to stage it? But yeah, sorry, I'm kind of going on and on.
No, you're great. You're doing great. Yeah.
But so I was able to choose all the people that were around me. So I had all my mates, like, you know what I mean? So I had, I had Remy, I had Janet, I had the two lads doing the dancing, and Clara and Varley. Yeah. So it was just a really great crew. Yeah. So yeah, it did feel like we were all in it together and we were supported, and it all just like really worked out well, man, I guess. Yeah, you know,
because that was going to be one of my questions, was kind of, you were aware of how that looked to certain countries and stuff. You were more than aware of how that was gonna look for, say, Russia and China and stuff. Yeah. Did anyone from kind of the Eurovision themselves, like the event organizers, contact you about it, and you know, or was it more so from your camp? They
say that it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
No, I think because every country has its own, like, you're allowed to do kind of whatever you want within your own country. Right. So they might have contacted the head of the delegation, which was Michael Keeley at the time. He's not there this year, but there was never really any questions or queries about that with them. They seemed to think it was fine. But I don't know if you know about what happened I don't think many people do, but what happened on the night of the semi-final, right, when we got through that year. Yeah. So Ireland got through to the final for the first time in 6-7 years or something like that. Wow. Yeah. And we didn't think we were going to get through, but we ended up getting through, and we celebrated like we won the thing that night. We didn't get into 6 in the morning or something. Madness. And
in a cake, just
got rolled into the hotel at 6 o'clock in the morning in a cake. But so the night of the semi-final, it turned out that Russia, I think they blurred out, or no, they had like a commemorative thing for the army or something like that, right, at the time that my performance was on, so that they didn't have to show.
They didn't air it, like.
They didn't air our performance. And then China, Mango TV blurred out all the flags in the audience during my performance, so the pride flags that were flying.
Oh, right.
So that goes against the regulations to, if you're a broadcaster of the Eurovision, you're not allowed to edit anything.
Okay.
So so Mango TV's rights were revoked in order to show the final. Wow. And then the Russian TV broadcaster organization were given a warning about it or something like that. Yeah. So I like to say that, like, by doing that and having that one idea in a hotel in America at that stage, like, created a ripple effect where it affected 2 superpowers in the world. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. They feared, you know, humanity in a way. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's like you won a war, in a sense.
Yeah. You know? So we did feel like we were super successful with the project. Yeah. You know, although I think we came 16th or something in the final, but like I think we still... it was a really successful project, you know.
Yeah, but isn't that 100%. Just annoying though? Like, that some of the acts that, obviously you can still be very proud, and just being there at the Eurovision must have been a huge moment. But looking at some of the acts that finish so high up is just it's.
You're like, how does it work?
Would it make you question the voting system at all?
Yeah, man.
You know, the way it works, like. My mom's going to laugh when I say this, but like, we'd always say it at home, or like you'd hear it a lot, like, oh, they vote for their neighbours. That's what they do. They vote for their neighbours.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, there's neighbour voting going on for sure. Yeah. I think that was more of an older thing, like years ago. There's probably neighbour voting.
Maybe, yeah.
Especially coming from the panel voting, because every country has its own panel. And it's like 50%, and then it's 50% is the public vote. Yeah. But a lot of the people on the panel might be from a neighbouring country, like, you know. Yeah. So they probably would be more inclined to go for their, you know, people who are just down the road, especially like in Central Europe and Eastern Europe and stuff like that. Yeah. There'd be a lot of block voting. But I wouldn't be surprised, man, if like, putting on my tinfoil hat, like, if they already know where the Eurovision's going to be next year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they have to plan ahead, and they have to, you know, they have to know what they're doing.
That's a good point.
They can't
Actually,
just leave it up to chance, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's such a massive organisation, and like there's a lot of stuff to deal with. So
yeah,
it would
true.
surprise me.
Yeah.
Well, to think about, yeah.
It is actually pretty mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I feel like Ireland over in the Eurovision they've a lot, especially around your time that you were on it. They always kind of tried to go for the genuine artists that are actually good, like good singers, good songwriters. Where maybe we should just put a guy floating out on a cake and see how it does.
But I feel like last year, Emmy, or this year,
was she the kind of
she was dressed like all silver.
Honestly, I haven't watched this year at all, so
I feel like that was kind of a bit novelty-ish as well.
A little bit, yeah. So maybe they're trying to lean it that way.
We actually, someone said to me that like Dustin the Turkey is what really did it for Ireland, like because they, like people in Europe or people in Eurovision don't respect Ireland anymore because we sent a turkey.
Right, yeah.
So that's something like, because we were respected and stuff for years.
Yeah. What year was Dustin the Turkey?
Like a novelty. I'd say that was it like 2009 or something?
Yeah, so recent enough, yeah. We already had quite a bit of pedigree in the Eurovision at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're tied now, are we, with Sweden? 7 wins each.
7 apiece.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Is it Sweden this year? Is that where it's going to be? Or it was in Sweden?
I don't know. Is it? Because the last years they've had like...
No, Ukraine won it this year.
Didn't Ukraine win it? So is it going to be in Ukraine though?
It can't be in Ukraine. I think UK hosted.
Oh, it was in Liverpool at one point, wasn't it?
Liverpool this year.
Yeah.
Or last year.
You can tell we watch it.
Sorry to all the Eurovision fans that we haven't a clue what we're talking about.
One thing actually I wanted to ask you about is your whole songwriting process.
Yeah.
Like, so how long, for example, would you, if you were to sit down and go, right, I'm going to write a song, maybe it doesn't come about like that, but how kind of long would it take for a song to materialize and subject matter, and kind of how is the songwriting process for you? So
like with No Name, like that song probably came to me in like a half an hour or something like that. And really? I remember I was sitting in my bathroom because I was away from the rest of my house and I didn't want people hearing me and stuff, and I was like pouring my heart out into this song. Yeah. And it just kind of happened. It flowed out really quickly. And then some songs, like I've been writing this specific song for like 10 years. Do you know what I mean? It's not finished yet, but it's been there. It's always there, but it's just not done, or it's not.
Doesn't seem right.
Doesn't seem right just yet, but I know it's going to be at some stage. Yeah.
We're getting back on when that song's ready and you can play it.
Back in 20 years. But mostly, like if I'm doing a songwriting session with someone, you kind of want to get a song done in a day. I think more so now. So I went through that for years where I was writing songs specifically for specific artists and stuff like that. And it seems a bit more conveyor belt, like you're trying to get a job done. But more so now, I try to get myself into a certain like space mentally and like spiritually, let's say, where I can like just open up the tap and allow a song to come through. Enjoy it more so than it being a job. Yeah, exactly. And have a bit more pure, a bit more authenticity in it maybe, and not really attached to the outcome. And kind of just let a song be a song. But honestly, I haven't been writing as much as I had pre-COVID. I think since COVID, I really took the foot off the writing side of things. I have a songwriting workshop next week in a local library. And I was talking to someone this morning about it, and I was like, maybe that's going to be a good opportunity for me to actually be teaching as well as doing it myself, and maybe that'll open up the gates to kind of get back into like the lyric writing. I can write melodies all day, I can write guitar stuff all day. Yeah, because you could just sit there and just play whatever. And I could sit down now and I could create a nice 3-minute piece on the guitar or something like that. But it's when it comes to the lyrics, I haven't really touched on lyrics in a good while. And I feel like there's resistance in me or something to go there because I'm afraid of what I might come up with or what might come out.
Yeah.
So maybe next week will be a good opportunity for that. But to answer your question, it can be anything. It could be 20 minutes, or it could be
10 years.
10 years. Like, for example, like last year, I started this song came through, and I sat with it for maybe 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I just made a voice note on my phone of it. And then I went back a couple of days later and I just tidied up the verses. I wrote them out. I cleaned them up because I knew this one wanted to be finished. So I made sure like that I didn't spend too long, like a couple of days, just get it done. So that was a really nice one.
Yeah. And what part gives you most like what gives you most fulfillment? Like, is it the writing process? Is it the performing? Is it producing? It's
the flow state. It's the flow state.
Right.
It's like it's creating something. It's definitely in the creative side of things. It's not it's not as much in the performance side of things, which brings me on to something really cool that I'm doing at the moment, actually.
Right.
Because for years, like, I'd write songs and then I'd learn them. And I'd polish them and then I'd go out and perform them. Yeah. But it kind of felt like a regurgitation of something of a moment that had already been created, like in the songwriting side of things, the creative side of things. And I kind of got bored of playing the same songs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some songs that like I love to play and they're great and people enjoy them and stuff. Yeah. But what I really love is to just get into a flow state and just create something on the spot. Yeah. So I've a new project that I've been working on with my buddy Carl, the same guy who cycled Ireland with me. Yeah. Nice. And we have a project where we set everything up. So I set up like the vocal loops and drum machine, and I play the handpan. So I play like, do you know the handpan?
Is that the one that I seen on? I was going to ask you about that later. Is that the one on your Instagram the other day? Yeah. And you're just patting some. Yeah.
So that's me and Carl. So we started a band. We're called Mass with the Lads.
Mass with the Lads. That was what I was saying to you. I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're not writing songs. Like, we're not just going to go out and perform songs that we've already written. Yeah. We're just creating stuff on the fly.
That's really
in
cool.
the moment.
Yeah.
So like you're asking me like, what do I prefer? That's what I prefer.
Right.
I prefer just being in that flow state. Yeah. And just whatever comes to us on the day. Yeah. Like, so for example, it was weird. We did one the other day. Like, we did like a sound special. Right. Because it was like spooky Halloween time, and we basically we're in my apartment and we set it all up. But it was dark. Like, the sound of it was real dark and spooky. Right. Yeah. But then we did a sound bath probably a couple months ago, right, with Emma West. It was really lovely. It's in Tyrrellstown House, really nicely set up, and that was really gentle, and that was really melodic and beautiful and whimsical, because it was a sound bath. So like, we actually have a gig coming up on December 17th, and we've got the church in Swords. You should come to it, actually, if you're around. Love to see you there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's on a Wednesday night, right? And the priest has given us the church for the night. That's class. So brilliant. We're going to set everything up and invite all our friends and family, because our friends and family don't know what we're doing. Yeah. They're like, what is this Mass with the Lads?
When is that?
December 17th.
December 17th.
Yeah. So my nana said to me the other day, she's like, Ryan, so you're doing a Mass. Are you going to be doing hymns? And she hadn't a clue.
Because I was going to ask that, like, do you do that at Mass? So
yeah. So like, what I love about this project is people are like, what?
It's so different and unique.
It's different. Yeah. The name is weird, and what we're doing. Do you know Mark Ribier? Do you follow him? He does all these loops in New York. So like, he'll just create sounds and then he'll like sing on top of them, and he'll interact with the crowd and stuff like that. Right. It's kind of what we want to do, is kind of try to take the energy of the space wherever we're performing, and of the crowd and anyone who's there, and like just sit into it and just start making something. Yeah. And we'll start loops, and we'll start little vocals, and Carl will play some nice guitar, and we'll get the drums going and kind of just get a bit of a sound going. Yeah. So we don't know what we don't know what it is. We don't know where it's going and what we're doing, but that's my happy place. Like, we were jamming yesterday, and we were jamming for like 4 hours or something like that, and just continuously playing new things and going over and over and over. But at the end of it, we both like just stopped it all, and we wrote like, jeez, like what? Carl said to me, he's like, I was on an African safari there for a while. And I was like, man, that's exactly what I was envisioning.
Really?
That's exactly where I was too. I felt like I was in the Serengeti or something, out on the plains. Because whatever way the sound was, it just kind of felt like, it just gave the vibe of like we were
And then you jumped out of a cake, and it was... Sorry. I'm going to stop with the cake. Sorry, I'm going to stop with the cake.
That'll be the next one we'll do.
Yeah, on an African safari. Who would be some of your biggest influences in music, whether that's other artists that you are inspired by, or like you say your family are big musicians? Who are your biggest influences?
So I've always said, like, growing up I loved Joni Mitchell and like James Taylor, and but I think John Mayer was probably my main influence, because I don't know if you've seen his Live in LA.
I don't think so. Now
it's from 2009. From Live in LA, Nokia Theatre or Nokia Stadium or whatever. Yeah. But he basically just comes out and with a guitar on his own in a big theatre and just like performs a lot of his songs. And he does his trio as well, where he's like playing with Pino Palladino on bass, and I forget the drummer's name, but that's like really like kind of bluesy. So it's like really bluesy and kind of up tempo. And that was really inspiring for me growing up. When I started watching that, I was like, this dude can kind of do everything. You've got the really kind of like romantic love song kind of thing. You got the blues, the grit. It just kind of covered all of my favorite things. And I was like, this guy is the bomb. And then around the same time, I would have watched Glenn Hansard.
I love Glenn Hansard. Falling Slowly is one of my favourite songs.
Did you ever watch the movie Once? Have you ever seen it? I
don't think so.
Add it to the list. Add it to the list. Once. Right. It's I think it was like the lowest budget movie to ever win the soundtrack award at the Oscars.
Oh wow! Right.
It was like, I think they had 12 grand or like 20 grand or something to film, and they filmed this movie, and they went around Dublin and they followed the story of a busker who's Glenn Hansard.
I must have heard of this. I'm saying I don't know, but I must have heard of this.
And he meets this girl, and they go and they're playing songs in the music shop together, and then they start performing together and they fall in love or whatever. But I remember watching that being like, that is class. That is class.
Watch.
Add it to the list. Put it number one.
Glenn
on the list.
Hansard is a great shout. Glenn Hansard is He's what age is he now? He's a bit older now, isn't he?
So he's in his he's probably in his 50s.
Oh, that's not as old as I was thinking.
I don't know. I'm probably doing. Maybe I'm being nice.
You're being nice. So they'd be your biggest kind of influences.
It's weird, man. Like when I was growing up, like, okay, I come from a musical house, but there was never like an education on music, like Pink Floyd and like, you know, like David Bowie and like all the greats. There was never really an education on that, so it's only kind of in my later years where I'm like discovering all these cool albums that I probably should have listened to when I was younger. But like,
I get you.
So for me, I kind of just one of my first albums was Jack Johnson. Right. You know, he sings Better Together and all those songs. I know him. Yeah. But so I saw an ad on the telly when I was a kid, which like they never have anymore, like for a CD. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want that. That sounds deadly. Yeah. So like, it's all these like kind of singer songwriters, acoustic guitar players, like nice melodic players and stuff like that. Yeah.
Would your mum and dad ever chime in on any songwriting at all, or could you ever go to them about, I'm working on this song? And
like I used to, like when I was a kid, like I used to, if I'd make something up, I'd come down and perform it for them. Do you know what I mean? And it was like, oh, well done, Ryan, that was amazing. Oh, right, yeah. And I'd leave and he'd be like, shut up.
It's called Mass with the Lads.
Exactly. So I used to do that, but My mom's been looking to get into the studio for years, but you know, she doesn't have the money for it. You know what I mean? So I need to.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
very expensive.
Yeah.
So I don't do family discounts. Not even for my mom.
My time is valuable, mother. My time is valuable.
Yeah. I know my mom's a great singer. I recorded her singing like Adele years back.
Yeah.
Like, and then I think she gave it to my nan and granddad as a Christmas present or something like that. It was nice.
Brilliant. Yeah. In terms of someone you would, if there was anyone you could collaborate with on a song, like say you collaborate with a lot of people like friends and stuff, but an actual artist that's like an actual proper artist, like a dream collab, we'll say.
Yeah.
Man, I get real nervous around people. Like, you know what I mean?
Really?
I get super, like if Glenn Hansard came in here now, I'd clam up.
Funny you say that. Come on in.
Yeah. I'd clam up, like, but like some people are really good at that. Like,
right.
Like Keen the Crow is a friend of mine. I haven't seen him in a good while, but
Is he actually a mate of yours?
Yes, we lived together over in LA when just during COVID. Yeah,
he's smashing it now, isn't he?
Keen is smashing it.
He's
really good at interacting with famous people. Like,
is
so
he?
like, yeah, like he wouldn't mind because he's super confident. He'll just be like, he does his thing and he holds himself real well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if I was to see a famous person, man, I'd be like, oh god, yeah, I just get really nervous.
Yeah. Well, you are famous though.
But
You're well known.
Before you came here.
in ways.
I was panicking.
Yeah. Actually,
I was like, I'm so nervous for this. I'm so nervous.
that's gas. Like, you know, that's like me. Like, I'm the same.
Yeah.
So to collaborate with someone, obviously, like, geez, do a track with John Mayer would be amazing.
That would be cool. Yeah. If he's watching, you never know.
Yeah, that'd be really sick. Like, to do something like that.
Yeah.
But there's a really cool group now that I'm in the Mass with the Lads era of my life.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of my energy has gone into that project, because a bit like, if you can understand, like when I did the Britain's Got Talent thing, I was like, right, if I can kind of see something, I can see a vision of like, that could do well. It could go on stage and get a video.
I get you. Yeah.
The Eurovision thing, two lads dancing, like this idea was like, oh yeah, that could be something.
Yeah.
This Mass with the Lads, like I have the same feeling about it. Like it could be a really useful tool for people, like, because music is healing, music is medicine, and I feel like this has the ability to make people happy and bring joy to people. So
that's brilliant. Yeah.
I kind of feel like there's a really great group doing something similar to what we're doing called Aware. Like they're a lot better than us. Like they're solid,
right?
And
they're
like improvising stuff, and they're playing all these festivals around the world. So maybe not to collab, but to do a show with them would be amazing.
That'd be cool.
If we could do a Mass with the Lads with Aware, it'd be unreal. Yeah.
Where's the Mass with the Lads?
Yeah. There you go. yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, as well. Sorry, so we did a festival in September. We did Wild and Well Festival down in Sligo. It was really great.
Right.
Nice.
But my friend runs it, and I said to Jen, I was like, it's Mass with the Lads, so it has to be either 12 o'clock on a Sunday or
brilliant.
or midnight on the Saturday. So like so we're gonna do like a midnight Mass or a 12 o'clock a midday Mass.
So good.
But I love that, in that the fact that that's something you can take anywhere, and you can just, like, you went to America and it looked like you just set up. Was that kind of on the side, like on a street, like, and you just were able to set up there? Kind of, was it the video you put up on your Instagram?
Oh no,
the other
that
day,
wasn't in the States.
That video wasn't the States. That was here.
This is all here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Carl is based here. Carl's only down the road from me.
Oh, okay.
Which is great. So like everything we're doing Mass with the Lads wise is here. Is here.
Okay.
But
like that, you could bring it anywhere, though, can't you? Like, you know what I mean? So. Yeah,
literally, man. Like, it's easier maybe with the acoustic guitar. I can bring the acoustic guitter anywhere and set up and do a gig anywhere.
I get you. Yeah.
Whereas bringing the hand pan and the drum machine and stuff like that, we're using a few more different tools to create the sound at the moment. So there'll probably be a little bit more logistics involved.
Do you know what videos I love watching of people performing? Do you ever watch any artists performing in the New York subways?
Oh yeah, deadly.
That would be cool.
Who are those lads? Too many. Oh, what are they called again? The guys who play the brass. Do you know, like, they're like, there's brass. It's real dancey. Right. In the subways. Too many zoos.
Right.
Too many zoos.
Yeah.
Unreal. They're
class. Yeah. See, there you go. Endless possibilities.
Yeah. And they still go out busking in the subways and stuff. They're massive.
Yeah.
turn all over the world.
Yeah,
and still
exactly.
love going out and busking in the subways. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of that mass with the lads, would it be quite a lot of that? Especially, I'm continuously referencing the video on your Instagram, but it sounds quite upbeat. Does that give you an opportunity to create different kind of music to what you've always created, if that makes sense? Like,
It's completely different.
Yeah,
It's completely different.
Yeah.
It's music that I listen to more.
Yeah, right.
Like,
yeah.
I think for years, like, let's say growing up, I loved the singer-songwriters. Like we've been talking about the Jack Johnsons, Joni Mitchells, James Taylors, John Mayers, all these people like writing songs and playing on the acoustic guitar and really sparse and stuff like that. But then over the last maybe 10 years, I've been listening to a lot more kind of lo-fi electronic music and like a lot more kind of spacey world music and meditative music and stuff like that.
Brilliant, yeah.
And it's the stuff that brings me most comfort and most joy. Like, you know, in any given day, if I put on something like that, it kind of allows me to relax and allows me to let go of the day or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I get you.
So, and it's funny enough, Carl is the exact same. So Carl's a singer-songwriter as well, grew up writing songs on the acoustic guitar. He's a gigger like myself. He goes out playing gigs all the time. And when we came together with this project, we realized that we've like a musical synergy. So we don't have to discuss what we're going to play. It kind of like,
it just comes.
I follow him, he follows me. We go on this journey together, and we bring it down together and we bring it up together. And when we finished our first jam, because it was just an idea like a few months back, and when we finished our first jam, we were just like, this is the thing that I've been wanting to do for a long time.
That's mad, yeah.
You know, like I've been listening to this type of music. This is the type of music that I love.
Yeah.
And now there's an outlet to actually make it.
Right.
Now we know how to do it. Like all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together.
Yeah.
So, and it's nice to be able to do it with someone too, because like for years just doing it on my own. Yeah. I might pull a band together and I'd have like some people come and gig with me at a gig or whatever. Yeah. But it's nice to have a project where, you know, there's two of us sharing the load, and you know, we can bounce off each other. I get like Carl will do a few things for the project, I'll do a few things for the project, but like just sharing that with someone is nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's why I brought him along.
Yeah, exactly.
He had no say. I just went, come on, we'll just come
here. Yeah, tell me more about you lads, like how you set this up and why. You've probably discussed it already on your podcast, have you?
A little bit, but not too much. But
yeah, that's very true.
So I've always wanted to start a podcast. Well, for a long time anyway. I kind of watched a good few podcasts when I was younger. I don't know necessarily about you, but I always had this vision of starting one. And I've always wanted to interview people. It's always what I wanted to do since I've had this vision. I want to start, like, I want people to look back and go, when they think of somebody, say to think of yourself, I want people to go, remember that interview we did on the Comfort Zone podcast? Remember you did? I want to build those kind of interviews. Yeah. And like I said to you, I think I'm probably mentioned to yourself, I want to give people an opportunity to tell their story their own way. I feel like a lot of interviews or things in the media are very forced, or they're very, you know. Yeah. I agree with you. You know, kind of like in Britain's Got Talent, say for yourself, exactly. Like they took something and they ran with it. Yeah. But I want to give an opportunity for people to tell it their own way. Yeah. Amazing. You know what I mean? We actually had before Owen, one of my other good mates was doing with me, Adam. He's quite busy, so he had to drop out. But got this fella along. Nice. We only live a couple of doors down from each other.
And did you grow up together?
Yeah, since we were about 3 or 4.
No way, amazing. So you know each other very well.
Yeah, very well. We've similar sense of humor, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it works. It works a lot. I
do push the boundaries sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was. He was very nervous when we first started, but I think like that, once you just get into something, you do it.
Just get used to it.
And it's like it's okay to just be your authentic self in it, like, and you know, take it or leave it.
Absolutely.
It's cool. It's a great idea though. And just so you went to school together. He's in the same class.
No, we actually didn't. We never actually went to school together. It was just because we lived on the same street. So, but yeah, no, we're delighted with it now. Like that, I think I relate to yourself a lot in that you have a vision in the way you see things going. I have that with him. Like, I'll come to him every week and go, So when we set up this new set, can we do it this way, and we'll put and things
brain's
like that.
always ticking on it.
I'm always thinking about 5 years into the future. It's like the cameras. I was speaking to you before I want to get better camera, but sometimes I need to just think we're doing good as we are.
Of course.
But it's exciting. It's exciting building it.
Continue. I'm actually.
Are you freezing? Yeah. Stick it on. One thing I actually wanted to ask you about. So a lot of your songs, it feels like they're very heartfelt. A lot of your music, and there's a lot of emotion in your music. Was that always the plan when you were kind of writing them songs, or did they just kind of come to you that way, and that's always the vibe that you kind of went down, or?
Like, it's another great question. And I feel like that's just me, man. I can't get away from who I am sometimes. Yeah. Like, I've tried writing songs about other things. Yeah. But fundamentally, what makes me feel the most is love. Like,
I actually had that in my notes. I wanted to, is love the biggest emotion that
love, man, you want to portray? Love is the highest vibration that we can experience as people. Love for your family, your children, your parents, your friends, your romantic partners. So I think for me, I've always been so intrigued about that. Yeah. And so intrigued about how love can actually lead you to a place of so much hurt as well. Like, like if you feel so strongly, like, let's say you lose a family member or something like that love transfers. It's that pain is still love. It's just because love has so it's such a spectrum. But I feel like with me, a lot of the time, I ended up going to the guitar when I felt so much pain from love.
Wow.
Do you know?
Right. Yeah.
So, and then the guitar helped me to express that. Yeah. And then by me expressing that, someone else can listen to it and feel that too, and it allows them to move through that emotion. It allows them to go through that thing. Yeah. So, which I never intended on it being, never. Like, there's never an intention of me going down that road. I knew I was going to be a songwriter, but I didn't know what it was going to, what I needed to say, or what I wanted to express. Right. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I've ever even discussed that before, but I do feel a resistance, I guess, at the moment in my life. I've had a few relationship things happen over the past few years that have been difficult, and I didn't reach for the guitar at the time, and I didn't, maybe as a resistance, because I'm afraid of what might come through, I'm afraid of what that pain might be, how that pain might be expressed.
I get you,
but it is my tool. Like, we all have tools in how we deal with things, A lot of people lean into drinking drugs, or a lot of people lean into other kind of unhealthy things, or maybe running, or the gym, or whatever it might be. But for me, it was always leaning into music, letting music help me through that. And it's something, it's like a companionship, I guess, the guitar, and having that, absolutely, that thing with you throughout your life that you can go to. But I have had a resistance to it the last few years, and again, the Mass with the Lads project is kind of allowing that to come through in a different way, and it's allowing a new form of expression. And it is love based. It's all on that love frequency. Maybe not in the lyric, or maybe not, but when you listen to it, that's what you feel.
And if you can feel it,
I can feel it. I can move through it, and I can.
And like that, you said, you don't even need to really discuss that with each other. You just know it. It kind of links in with the exact same question, but is storytelling a big part of because we noticed in songs, we noticed a couple of songs last week when we were listening through. So there was Evergreen, and Fingertips, and there was a lot of kind of imagery in those songs. So Evergreen has the old couple kind of grown old together, and Fingertips was the small pair of children. do you sort of want to create that imagery in your music when in terms of music video? Because you're not present in them music videos.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you want to prioritize imagery in your music?
Man, that's just another great question. Like, class, because I love talking about this because that's the reason why I wanted the two lads in the Together video, because all my videos just have couples. And the two kids are my cousin's kids. They're in the Fingertips video.
Yeah.
And the old couple are my grandparents.
They are your actual grandparents.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So I asked my grandparents to come into town and just go for a walk at Christmas time. Yeah. And I got my friend to come and just video it all. And they just walked around town. And
did they know what they were doing? They knew what they were doing. Like,
I haven't been here in years. Yeah, my granddad was acting. He was like, looking over.
That's brilliant.
He'll be 90 in 2 weeks. Wow. And he's doing great. It's class.
That's amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I'm very close to my grandparents. So yeah, it's important. I think, you know, how we relate to each other in this life is how we're seen, you know, and I feel like when you're one-on-one with someone, like let's say you lads sitting down having dinner or having a coffee or going for a walk or something, there's something really special about, you know, this linear connection between you and your friend or you and your partner or whatever it is. And I don't know, for some reason I always wanted to have to show that expressed in the music videos in some way. It was just an idea I had years ago.
Yeah.
And I haven't been in my own music video since 2012, like, you know.
What would that sound like?
Oh no, I was in the video for Permanent that I wrote about my friend Philly. Yeah. I'm in that video, but like very, very sparsely. But yeah, the theme was always to have, like, you know, two people, a couple or something. Yeah.
And then we also noticed the song Lucky One. Yeah. That's the one you were traveling a lot and you were filming yourself traveling.
Yeah.
Was that, what was the experience like to be able to travel but also film a music video?
I didn't know I was going to film a music video. So like I hadn't written Lucky One yet when I was away on that trip. So I just had my GoPro and I was just capturing things with the GoPro everywhere I went.
Really?
And then when I was in LA in 2020 at the start of the year, I wrote that song with my friend Hustle, and basically just being like, man, how lucky am I, like, to be able to live this life? Yeah. And like I spent 6 months in South America, traveling around, meeting people, experiencing new things. So we wrote that song, and then when we were trying to come up with an idea of how to have it visually, I was like, I've loads of footage. I was like, leave it with me and I'll see it. And I made that video with all the footage.
It looked amazing.
So that song wasn't
I loved it.
Yeah, so that song wasn't even made when all that footage was taken.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. No.
That's really interesting because we noticed that song is a little bit more up tempo. It's a happier song. So we wanted to see, like, did your travels did that bring on that song at all? But
yeah, it did. It made me realize how lucky I am, and that was basically it. Like that's what we expressed then on the day in the writing session. And I think the footage kind of reflects that, like just doing all these mad things, meeting all these mad people, you know, the opportunity that I have in life. I'm so privileged to be able to do all these things. So like, I think that's what the song ended up being about.
And I think I said it to you as well, that I thought it was like a love song at first, because you're very, as you said before, it's very love based. And then as I'm listening to the lyrics, I was like, no, it's just about experiencing just life.
And the love of life. Again, it is love based. You know what I mean? It's like it's on that frequency. Something more recently, like maybe it's gone off a bit far, but something more recently is like, you know, we all have that ability, like to resonate on that frequency. But I think a lot of things kind of bring us back down from that or something. Sometimes. Whether it's the phones, whether it's like, you know, social media or work for a lot of people, like that they don't enjoy or not feeling fulfilled in their lives. True. I think the goal for me is to try and find that love frequency on a daily basis and try to just be grateful that that's there. To kind of.
But to write a song when you're on that frequency must be a great feeling. When you're on that high from traveling and experiencing these things, that must be a great feing.
For sure, man. Yeah. And my friend Hustle was great in kind of bringing that out of me as well that day in the writing session. I was kind of I was overjoyed.
Sorry, I heard a little beep.
It's good, is it?
No, I just heard a little beep. I didn't know what it was.
Okay. I have to check the cameras every 5 minutes. And was that music video was that was all America? Was it or no?
South America.
South America.
Yeah, so I flew into Bogota in Colombia.
Yeah.
And I spent 2 months in Colombia, and then did
you just fly that from here? Sorry, did you just fly from Ireland? Like?
I think it was Dublin to Heathrow to Bogota.
Right.
So it's like a direct flight from Heathrow.
Yeah.
And then I spent 2 months Colombia, a month in Ecuador, and then 2 months in Peru, or 3 months in Peru.
That's crazy.
Which was your favorite?
I think Colombia was probably my favorite country. Yeah, it was amazing, so good.
Hey, yeah.
That's the life. Like, why don't we do that?
Just going off.
Yeah,
bring your podcast on tour, lads.
That would be actually sick.
Get out of the comfort zone, you know.
Yeah,
there you
absolutely.
go.
Yeah, might have to bring it on the road.
Yeah.
You could
absolutely
100%.
Yeah, we'll go to Bogota.
Yeah.
fly wherever you want. Start off in Spain or something. Go for a little trip.
What was did you just say to yourself, I want to travel, and you were just
like again, man, like when I went to the States that first time, and I found this love for traveling. When I rented that Camaro and didn't know how to drive it, I was just like, I want to do more of that. I want to experience a bit more of the world, a bit more of life. So I was with a partner at the time, and we broke up before that. We were supposed to go to Colombia together, and we broke up just before it, and I was like, right, well, I'm going anyway. Yeah. And so it was the best thing I ever did.
Absolutely. Yeah.
6 months down there, and then when I came home, I went to Canada to see my brother, and then I went to LA, and then that's when COVID hit. So I was like, it was after the Eurovision. I think it was 2019. I went to South America.
Yeah. What was your favorite place you went to? You said Colombia though, but
Colombia was great. I really loved Peru as well. Yeah. So like I went on this mad journey. So I was in Ecuador in a hostel one day, and this,
as you do, I was in Ecuador in a hostel.
No, but that's how I travel. Like if I'm traveling, I'm staying in hostels.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And I get talking to this guy, and his name is actually Life, and he was from Norway. And he was like, I'm going to take a cargo boat into the Amazon next week. He's like, I looked it up. It looks like a pretty doable thing to do. Yeah. Like it saves you flying in and stuff. And I was like, man, that sounds wild. Sounds like an adventure. Yeah. And he left, but I still had him. I had him on WhatsApp or whatever. And I was on my own in this hostel the next day, and I texted him. I was like, man, what if I was to join you? Like, would you be into that? So I ended up joining this guy, and we left from Ecuador, and we crossed the border into Peru on a cargo boat. So it was like we were sleeping in a hammock on this cargo boat, and you get like 2 meals a day, and it's just like slop and fish. Yeah. And no one spoke English on the boat. He had good Spanish, but I didn't have good Spanish at all. So I ended up basically being really like isolated on this boat, couldn't talk to anyone. But it took like 2 weeks for this boat to go down this river. I got a tattoo of the river. That's the river there.
I was wondering.
And
oh no way!
It's the river Napo, that goes into Iquitos.
Have you another river on your other?
And this is the Mississippi River in the States. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's a very good idea.
But so we got into Iquitos in the Amazon, and we're in Peru. And then we met this guy, and he was like, do you guys want to go deep into the Amazon? Like, he's like, you're in a city now. He's like, well, I can bring you deep. And we were like, yeah, sure. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
So we spent 2 weeks, and we took like a day boat, and it brought us all the way through like random rivers into the Amazon. And then we we found a tribe. So we ended up staying with we ended up staying with a tribe in this random area. Yeah. I think we were there for like 12 days. Right. So we were like, eating with this tribe, hunting. So like we were going out on hunts, and they had like spears, and they were spearing like monkeys on trees and stuff like that. And then they were catching rats with like rat traps.
You should have made a documentary.
We had no phones, so all my footage from the GoPro, from being out there, I lost that. I lost that 2 weeks of footage. I had all the rest of the footage from that I put into that video. Yeah. But there's no footage from actually in the app. I think there's 1 or 2 clips that I got off live that are in that video. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that was
you could have done like your whole. You could have been like the guy on Deadly 60 or something. You could have been like him. You know, you could have had a whole documentary there.
Yeah, but the whole thing was we had no phones. Like we were away from technology, and that was the beauty of it.
Yeah,
we were up at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was. You know, helping them out to get the food ready and going hunting, and it was really cool, man. It was really cool. And my sister was actually pregnant at the time with her second kid, and I didn't know whether she'd had her baby or not. You know, I was in there, no phones, and completely detached. So it felt very strange coming back into reality and like looking at your phone and being like, whoa, it's wild.
So different.
So used to it.
Yeah.
But I love being out in nature. I think that gave me another love for like just the beauty of just having nothing, and just these people are happy and they're out there.
Absolutely,
they got nothing. Like
being away from all technology like that, did you feel any kind of better in some way with just
healthier,
like healthier in that way? Just
100%
present.
I was eating rice and fish for 2 weeks straight, and
it's like I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
It is. But I felt great. Complete detox from technology. Getting to just being, you know. There wasn't an emphasis on what you have to do or what you have to succeed in or anything. It was just being present. So man, I learned a lot from it.
Yeah. Is there somewhere you'd like to go? It's like to travel now.
So this year I was in Sri Lanka and India. So I was in Sri Lanka in January, February, and then did March in India. Yeah. And I really loved India. I really loved Rishikesh. I'm thinking about maybe going back to Sri Lanka this January. Yeah. Because I just really liked it there. Super nice. Right on the beach where I was. There was surfing. Yeah. There was like little open mic nights. Mm-hmm. Food was really good, really cheap, and nice people.
Did you get to discover, like, because in a lot of those countries there's the nicer parts, and then there's the more kind of, there's some rundown parts. Like, did you get to experience kind of, say, in India and Colombia?
For sure. A lot of poverty, man. Like, especially in India. Rishikesh should be more like kind of a wealthier,
it is kind of place,
because it's yoga schools everywhere, and you've got Western money coming in, and just it's not too bad. But and that's the only place I really was in India. I think India has 1 billion people or something crazy.
So. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think
we're catching up.
We're catching up. Almost there.
So obviously you're gonna have a lot of poverty. Yeah. But and the same, I guess, with Sri Lanka. A lot of places there was like, as soon as you get away from the beach, kind of the beachfront, and you go more inland, there's a lot more like kind of poorer communities. But man, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Is there, because you have this side project with the lads, is there any other side projects you'd like to do one day? Not necessarily something that you're working on. It doesn't even have to be music related. Any other side projects you'd like to do or you'd like to pursue?
So I have another side project where I set it up, converting camper vans.
Yeah. So I actually seen that. Yeah.
So I've only done one.
Yeah.
Which is the van that I have at the moment. Somewhere. Yeah. But I'm working on my second one now at the moment, which is a Sprinter. Yeah. Like, I say working on it, but like I haven't touched it in a long time. Yeah. But that's something I love to do. I love working with my hands. I love building stuff. A project that I like to do, you know, I feel like I love Ireland. I love Ireland a lot. Okay. I would love to be able to buy land here and build my own house that's like self-sustaining. So like drill a well, like have solar panels for electricity, you know, heated with whatever, you know. Yeah. Just try and keep it really self-sufficient. Yeah. And not be reliant on the grid. Yeah. I'd love to do something like that.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I'd love to. That's a project that I would love to do at some stage.
Yeah. Some camper vans in the garden, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I could buy a piece of land, the whole thing is like I could drive the van onto the land. Yeah. And I could start building a house then, or build some sort of structure, and you could live in the van then.
What sort of things did you do to the camper van?
So the van I have at the moment, it's got a king size bed that pulls out. So
I'm sold already. I'll take one.
Throughout the day, you can keep the bed pushed in, and it adds up extra space. Yeah. I have solar panels on the roof, so all your electricity that you're using is coming from the sun. Mm-hmm. I have a diesel heater that basically runs off fumes. Like it uses no diesel at all. Full kitchen setup, like big sink, cooker, gas cooker, and yeah, some storage.
Lights. Don't worry about the house, man. Just go with them. You'll be fine.
I lived in the van for 3 months last year. I went around Spain and Portugal.
Very nice.
It was super comfy. It's great.
Does that cost an awful lot? Like from when you excluding the van itself, but like converting the actual van.
If you do it yourself, like I bought my van, the Transit, I bought it for like $3,500.
Right.
Like just around COVID times, and then I probably put $3,500 into it.
Jesus.
And that was it. Yeah. And then
it's not too bad, to be fair.
Save some amount of money, man. If like, let's say, like I'm playing a lot of music for weddings now at the moment. So like if I go down to, let's say there's a wedding in Clare.
Yeah.
I can go down a day early. I can go to Lahinch, go surfing, stay in the van.
Yeah.
The next morning, wake up and go and do a wedding and then drive home. Yeah. So like,
no hotel expenses.
The hotel's going to cost you $200 if you go down.
Yeah, true.
Stay in a hotel for the night as well. So
yeah, that's a really good shout.
Everyone should have a van.
Yeah. We could make the comfort zone van.
The comfort zone.
And we could drive it around, and if we see anyone of note that we like, do you want to film a podcast? They might go, we could just go, do you want to film a podcast?
There was a cool, I think it was Declan Sessions. Did you ever hear them?
I don't think so, actually.
There's a van called Declan that used to go around, and they'd get people to get into the back and like play a tune.
Yeah.
They call them Declan Sessions.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that was cool. You could do something like that.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Hit the road.
Yeah.
Listen, Ryan, we don't want to keep you for too much longer, otherwise we'll be gone for about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. Talk here. Yeah.
One final question we want to ask you. At the end of all this, all the music, everything, what is the end goal? At the end of all this, when you look back,
what's the end goal?
Yeah.
It's to die. We're all headed there.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
That's the end goal. The end goal is to pass on. Like,
do you know what? That was a question I planned to ask every guest. So like we have like an end question that we ask the guests. I wasn't expecting the first one would be just to die. I guess that's as real as you could be, I guess.
Yeah. For me, man, on a daily basis, it's just like one day at a time. Like if I can be happy today, then I'm successful. Like, you know what I mean? That's my end goal, is on a daily basis, is just like try and make the best out of my day.
Perfect.
100%, yeah.
Ryan, you've been an absolute legend. Really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Joshua. Thanks, Alan.
You're more than welcome back on anytime.
Yes.
I'll be here next week. What time?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, same again. But we really appreciate you coming on. To have the first guest on is, I think it's something at one stage we didn't think we'd ever get. So
honestly,
we really, really appreciate it.
Amazing, lads. Come here. It's been amazing. You asked some great questions, and I appreciate you both.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. If anyone hasn't heard of Ryan, of course, if anyone's living under a rock, we'll leave all his links in the description. We'll leave your Instagram.
Yeah, and the Mass
YouTube.
with the Lads, December 17th in Columkill's Church in Swords. So hopefully see Perry is there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We'll be deadly to see us there.
But we really appreciate everyone watching. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. Like and subscribe. Follow Ryan as well. And we'll see you soon. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.